The next speaker is Laurel Lamont. Approximately 25% of Temecula's households earn less than $50,000 a year. Add that to a great number of Temecula's workforce commutes here due to their inability to afford to live here. The demand for affordable housing is so great that current affordable apartments are rarely vacant and wait lists can be up to 3 years long. Yet the city emphatically insists that affordable housing is an important priority. Mayor Edwards, you may or may not remember me as I addressed you and the City Council in October of 2017, explaining to you that I work full-time and as a single mother could only afford a single bedroom to share with my son within one of Temecula's affluent homes. I'm still here, a little less ignorant and a whole lot more informed. You, Mayor Edwards, and since then, members Schwank and Ron have explained that the housing crisis is due in part to the challenges associated with finding private developers willing to build affordable housing. Consequently, when the city does successfully negotiate an agreement to this end, council members enjoy bragging about how much they have done for the lower economic workforce. Warehouse at Creekside, an affordable housing development where I reside, is one of those much bragged about accomplishments. Warehouse at Creekside received a $6 million grant from the city to build affordable housing. In exchange for the single condition of rent restrictions, developers were gifted $6 million, zero obligation of repayment, significantly reduced property taxes, full occupancy, annual profits, working capital, and the right to sell the building for personal profit. Warehouse at Creekside owners currently enjoy a $374,000 annual net profit, and to the best of my knowledge, utilize the equity of the $6 million gift to create their own for-profit realty company that now manages and profits off of the backs of our lower economic residents. These heroic developers created 500 square foot single bedroom apartments with no laundry hookups, dishwashers, medicine cabinets, linen cabinets, or basic storage of any kind. I don't understand why our council find this bragworthy. More importantly, Warehouse at Creekside is not adhering to the terms of the regulatory agreement. As council is aware, owners have unlawfully charged tenants for parking and cable, exceeded rent caps, failed to provide adequate laundry facilities, and effectively prohibited tenants any upward mobility through its profit-driven policies. I formally request that the city take over and operate Warehouse at Creekside as permitted by the regulatory agreement. I also request that council adopt an inclusionary housing ordinance. These actions would both advance the city's goal of affordable housing to all economic segments and be worth boasting about. This community wouldn't be what it is without our workforce. New and better ideas are necessary to provide adequate, attainable housing for those of us who support this community through our service industry. The next speaker is Aisha Singleton. Hello, and thank you for your time. I'm writing because to the best of my knowledge, council members have once again approved a housing project without making any provisions for the local economic workforce. As 2020 highlighted, the local economic workforce is made up of essential workers who ensure the well-being of the community. I am a single mother who works in this community. My associates and I are among the most exposed to COVID, as well as the most adversely affected by the shutdown. Yet the city refuses to make provisions for the local economic workforce to secure attainable home ownership. In other words, council members will happily shop in local stores, enjoy takeout or food delivery by local workers, and accept campaign contributions from business owners who thrive due to local labor, but will not represent their local economic workforce constituency. We need your help. This email is to request that council propose and pass an ordinance to require all future housing developments require a portion of inclusionary housing. The next speaker is Karen Finley. I am writing to you as an essential employee of Temecula with regard to the Heirloom Farms development located at Day and Inez in Temecula. To the best of my knowledge, council members have approved this housing project without making any provisions for the local economic workforce. I would like to address comments made at the City Planning Commission meeting in regards to the lack of attainable home ownership opportunities. According to the Planning Commission, this development is as good as Temecula can do, as good as it gets for a $40,000 annual essential employee. I would like to challenge you to rethink your stance on this matter. Your current approach and underlying assumptions are not addressing the issue. The developer representative, Aaron Talarquio, stating, "We are building homes from the low 300,000s, and there are FHA loans available at 3.5% down, which is quite doable, is not in any manner accommodating your local workforce. I have listened as the commission has read countless letters and continue to be flabbergasted by the responses and lack of comprehension. We, the workforce, are not asking for large square footage and $300,000 homes and subsequently the loans to fund said homes. We are trying to communicate to you that we would like to see the inclusion of smaller homes equating to smaller price points. We are asking for inclusionary homes to be factored into the developments you approve. We are seeking attainable home ownership. A home in the low 300,000s is not even in the ballpark of what your local workforce can afford. As 2020 highlighted, the local economic workforce is made up of essential workers who ensure the well-being of a community. These workers were among the most exposed to COVID, as well as the most adversely affected by the shutdowns. The city's apparent unwillingness to make provisions for the local economic workforce to secure attainable home ownership is unconscionable. It would appear council members would like the privilege to shop in local stores, enjoy takeout and food delivery by local workers, and accept campaign contributions from business owners who thrive due to local labor, but will not represent their local economic workforce constituency. Allowing individuals to live where they work supports the city's economy in its entirety. This email is to request that the council propose and pass an ordinance to require all future housing developments require a portion of inclusionary housing. The last comment is from George Harris. I'm a grocer at Trader Joe's. Before this, I was a preschool teacher for 16 years, 7 of which I spent loving and caring for this community's children. I am also a single mother of 3. Currently, I live in the city of Paris and commute 30 minutes to work each day. And although I served the community of Temecula for over 10 years, I could not afford to live here. Not even at a time when I worked 2 jobs 7 days a week for 17 hours a day away from my own children. How is this right? How is this fair? In the past, I have achieved home ownership, but after my divorce, I was on my own to care for my children without any additional financial support. It's unrealistic for the council to believe that a single income of $40,000 a year can afford a $300,000 home, especially caring for a family. I work hard for my family and I work hard for this community. Attainable workforce home ownership is not out of this community's reach. It can and should be accomplished. Yimby.
I know we've been getting over the last couple meetings a lot of comments on the affordable housing issue in Temecula. And Mr. City Manager, I'm wondering if, I just received an email from Luke Watson, I think it was earlier today, as a matter of fact, regarding some of the concerns that were raised by residents of some of the facilities and so forth. Could we maybe bring back an item at some point that sort of updates the community on our housing element, what we're working on currently right now, how many affordable housing units we have approved over the last several years, and anything that's in the pipeline, and then address some of the issues that were brought up as well. I'd appreciate that.